Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to Begin Again. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. We've got a club race out here at North Texas Kartways, and you know, I could go in and tell you all about how the practice went, the qualifying, the race, all that kind of stuff. Not going to do that today. We're going to talk a little bit about qualifying, we're going to talk a little bit about the race, but I also want to talk a little bit about the setup that we're using. So some of you have asked to get a little more information on how you set up a cart and what you do to change it. I'm not sure I'm the right guy to ask that question, but we're going to give it a shot and maybe we can learn together. So time to go out and qualify, done with the driver's meeting. So it's kind of interesting today, but messing around with tire pressures. As you can see, the weather is amazing. It's not hot at all, but the track is quite warm. And so, because we've got plenty of sunshine, I mean, it's May, for crying out loud. And so basically I've gone and monkeyed around with tire pressures, going much lower on my tire pressures by about, my starting tire pressure was down around 11 pounds, which is quite a bit less than what I was running. But the cart actually came alive pretty well, felt good. So we're going to go with that again in qualifying. Might even go a little bit lower than what I did before, and let's see what we get. So time to get ready, time to pull on the driving suit, and let's see what happens. All right, so we're heading out on track to go qualify, and you know, I like to try not only to warm up the engine, but I want to warm up the tires and the brakes. The brakes that I have on the Sodi cart require you to kind of drag your foot on the brake when you first go out and get heat into the pads. If you try to step on the brakes when the pads are cold, I mean, there's just nobody home. But somebody like Jack and then followed by Justin, those guys just go out and hammer it right from the start. It's just not the way I do it, but that's not to say I'm doing it the right way either. But I just work to just kind of settle in and get the cart warmed up in the position where it needs to be. And once it's nice and warmed up, then it's time to get after it. And so here I go, make a nice turn one, coming up the straightaway to two, down the gears, good apex, staying close to the inside of the track so that I'm set up really well for turn three, accelerating out, grabbing the next gear, through the chicane, made a good run through there, up through the gears, coming up, and I see a yellow flag. And so you got to slow down, see what's going on. And it's Jack. He's spun out. And so he was in the middle of the track, and so that pretty much blew my lap there. So we get back up to speed, and we're going to try it again. So here we are, we're coming up onto turn 7, coming through, I take a look, yeah, there's Jack, he's sitting there watching me. If I get it wrong, I know I'm going to hear about it. Accelerating back up through the gears, going down the main straight. And that was the end of qualifying. You know, qualifying is only a 5-minute session, so you better get a good lap or two in after warming everything up, or you're pretty much history. Okay, so that was qualifying. Really like the cart. Now, I didn't string together one complete good lap, but still my lap times for me were not too bad. A couple tenths slower than what I've run as my best, but given how much I screwed up and how many corners I screwed up, not too bad about it. I think if you were to take like my best sector times from all my laps, I think I would have strung together a pretty decent lap. So it's just a matter of consistency. So gonna get ready here for the final and see what happens. I'm cautiously optimistic, although I'm the only guy here with a Honda. Everybody else has a Rock. So from the beginning, I've got a handicap, and of course then there's my driving, so that's a whole nother story. But the cart's pretty good, so let's see what happens. So, with everything checked out, it was time to go race. I tried a new camera position, looking back at me to see what it would look like, going back and what are my hands doing and that sort of thing. Here we come up, standing start. You know that I'm no good on the starts. And about stalled it again, and everybody else is gone. And for all practical purposes, my race is over. You can't be slow and then spot everybody an extra 100 yards as well and expect to do any good. And the other thing is that I get so mad and out of my rhythm when I make a bad start, then I'm fumbling around in gears and I can't figure out what gear I'm in, and it's just a mess. And by the time I get my head straight, I'm so far behind it just doesn't even matter. And poor Jack, he spun out again, so he's way out there in the Tules this time. As you can see, as I'm going into 2, the leaders are going into turn 3. So I'm headed in for another long, lonely race. Good run through the chicane, coming down the straightaway, braking, downshifting, going into the turn. Yellow flag still because Jack's kart's parked in a bad place. So now here's a view of me going to work, going through turn 1, into turn 2. Hands are pretty steady on the wheel. Coming through 3, accelerating up, grabbing the next gear, through the chicane, and onto the back straightaway. And here's the view from the kart looking back at me, turning into turn 7. Whoop, there goes some oversteer. Into turn 8, a little bit of oversteer. Turn 9, a little bit of oversteer, and accelerating down the main straightaway. But now let's take a look at turn 7 and turn 9 in slow motion, because I learned something by looking at this in slow motion. Here I am, I'm starting to enter the corner, and you can see my hands kind of hunting for the apex of the turn. I'm not real confident. And then I put the power down, and whoa, big slide. Same thing with turn 9. Here I am coming out of turn 8, kind of hunt into the corner, put the power down, and boom, into oversteer, Tokyo drift. And I wonder why I'm slow in a straight line. Anyway, the race is over, and I'm thinking about it, and I think that probably what I have is driver error. I'm getting on the gas a little too soon and a little too hard, and that's causing the oversteer. Anyway, driving into the tech barn, go ahead and get the kart ready to run over the scales. And then, of course, the next thing we do is we check the tire pressures while they're still hot, so we know what kind of tire growth we got. We can see using this gauge, the top number is my cold tire pressures for each 4 corners, and then you can see the hot tire pressures for all, and you can see then the growth that I had. Obviously on the right side, because the track is predominantly left-handed, we got a whole lot more tire pressure growth than we did on the left side. Kind of planned for that. Okay, so I want to share with you my setup sheet for the kart as it's running right now. Now, you may recall I've added a lot of caster to this kart. As it stands right now, I'm running about 21, 22 degrees of caster, which per Sodi kart is more like a wet weather setup. I've got 0 millimeters of camber, and I've got 2 millimeters of toe out per side. The front track and rear track are basically within spec. I got 3 spacers on the inside. I'm at 55 inches at the rear track, which puts me just inside the legal limits. And the ride height is unchanged. It's right in the middle, front and rear. Well, all right, I am back, obviously, after a long day at the races. Kind of a mixed bag. I'm not really sure how I feel about how the race went this weekend. You know, I never strung together a good lap. I had practiced on the Wednesday, today's Saturday. I practiced on Wednesday, had banged out about 50 or 60 laps. Was feeling pretty good about myself. Got out to the track today, not so much. A lot could be improved on. In the meantime, found some issues with the carburetor. I think I've got a leaking head gasket because I found oil in the radiator, which can't be good, so we're gonna have to fix that. From a handling standpoint, I think the car is about as good as I can drive it right now. Maybe it could be optimized as I get better, but for now I'm gonna say, yeah, I think we probably have gotten as much out of the car as we can. With that said, you know what? there's no substitute for practice. This stuff is not supposed to be easy, and guess what? It's just not. So thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Begin Again. It really helps us out. Really appreciate it. We'll see you soon. I somehow managed to catch some video of Jack trying to put his driving suit on. Now, I can tell you right now, Jack is a better driver than he is a dancer. And would somebody please get this man a bigger driving suit?